Hello and welcome to another speaking practice video by Johnny IELTS. And today, Miss Trâm, she will take her exam in the next 2 days. So, Miss Trâm, are you ready for your exam yet?
Yeah.
Kind of. Kiểu là cũng ready đấy. Kind of.
The more I wait, the more stressed I feel.
Waiting is certainly not bliss. Chờ đợi không phải lúc nào cũng hạnh phúc.
Yeah.
You have to say no mới đúng nha. Say no.
No.
Okay. So, Miss Trâm, let's go to a part 1 question. I will ask you about decoration. So, what is the decoration like in your home?
Let's say, I talk about the decoration. One of my favorite things I like the most in my home is the picture I bought
You
in
mean picture
a
or painting?
vacation.
Cẩn thận. Picture là tranh in ra, còn painting là tranh vẽ.
Painting. Okay. So talk about the decoration that I like in my home. It is a painting I bought on a vacation trip to Italy, and by a artist sold on street, and it is about the landscape of Italy, and the dominant colors is yellow, like warm yellow, which I like most. And I hang the painting in the living room, where in order that I can see it every day, and to share with any guest coming to my house.
Any guest coming to my house. Okay, so do you think decoration in the home is necessary?
Absolutely. So in my opinion, decorations is handy items. Decoration is handy items that can make your house look more lively, or
more alive, right?
More alive. And also it can create a theme in your house. For example, some classic houses, they usually have some decoration.
You mean some classic homes, right?
Yes, classic homes.
Cổ. Yeah.
Cổ điển, yes. They usually include some decoration which are old-fashioned or something, and so it can create the features, or characteristic of the home. And also sometimes decorations can help the owners to feel better when they come home. So for example, when I come home, I see some favorite decoration, for example, paintings, or curtains that I feel energized, and feel better after a hard working day.
So okay, you spend a lot of time on just one question. This is not a part 3 question, okay?
Yeah.
part one thôi mà. So what kind of decoration do you want to have?
Yeah, like I desire a curtain that made from silk.
That is made from silk.
So I desire curtains that is made from silk in Vietnam, because I had a trip to Vietnam before, and took part in a showcase with the silk curtains. They have the qualities and the textures of this material made me impressed, and it's quite and the but unfortunately I was not able to bring it back to my home. So if I have a chance, I wish to have that kind of curtain in my home, because I like the material of these items.
Yes. Okay, so Miss Trâm, do Vietnamese people like to redecorate, trang hoàng lại, trang trí lại, to redecorate their homes? Why not? What do you think?
In my opinion, Vietnamese people are not likely to redecorate their homes because of some reason. At first, the price or the cost for redecorating is not cheap, so it's cost a lot for them to make their home newer with the decoration. And secondly, I think Vietnamese people, they like traditions, so they usually keep their homes consistent with one kind of one kind of decoration, I think. So most of them don't like to try something new, so there's no need to redecorate their home.
Okay. So, what is your favorite color when decorating your home?
So, I'm a basic person. So, one of my favorite color for my home when it comes to decoration is white. So, the reason why I choose white, because like I mentioned, it's basic and it's easy to mix and match with many kind of decorating items. And also the white, it can make me feel like I have can make me feel brighter, like it can cheer me up when step into my house. And and also I'm like a clean person. I usually clean my house, so with the white, so it's helped me have a feeling of cleaning and knitting.
Okay. Okay. Would you decorate the walls with paintings? You said that before, right?
Sorry.
You said that you like paintings, or did you?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Painting is like my preferred choices for decoration, and because paintings by artists is quite like it's not like um, sorry anh, đại trà là gì anh?
Mainstream. Thì đó
Mainstream.
mainstream, cái từ là mainstream là nó chính thống, đại trà, ai cũng như nhau, ai cũng nghĩ như vậy. Thì nó còn một cái từ là common, một cái từ đó là common nha.
Common.
It's a very common thing, có nghĩa rất là đại trà, rất là thông thường thấy được. It's a very common thing.
Yeah. So absolutely, absolutely, painting are one of my favorite decorations. When it comes to wall decorating, because unlike some common items, painting are special because it's created by artists, so it can give me a feeling of like specialty, and you know, also sometimes painting is one of the thing can help me to
that can help me
to make some profit when I resell them. So it's one kind of property.
It's one kind of property. Very good. Now, so I want you to do another part one, which is a New Year celebration. Do you celebrate New Year?
Câu này làm rồi anh.
Oh, did we? Really?
Yes. Thứ tư
okay,
làm.
how about reading? Reading
kind of often.
Okay, it's too easy, I think.
Chưa.
Okay, but let's try reading. So, how often do you read, Miss Trâm?
Okay. Actually, I'm not a big fan of reading, but you know, because of my work, that requires me to read a lot. So I usually read about 5 times a week. I mean, on average, I spend 10 hours a week to you know, grasp information from the reading resources.
Okay. So, do you have many books at home? Do you often buy books?
Buy books. I mean, do you like? Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Do you often buy books?
Okay. Yeah, because due to my occupational feature, so I usually read book. So it's require me to buy books more often than any other people. So like I said, maybe on average I buy books 2 or 3 books a month, and 2 or 3 books
a month, right? Okay.
Yeah, and
Anything else?
Sorry, what is the second question? Do you have any books at home, right?
Do you have many books at home? Yeah.
Yeah, and because of the great frequency of buying books, so I have a bunch of books at home, and I have like a designated shelves for book at my room, to in order that I can easy to pick one of them to read whenever I have free time or when I have to work.
Okay, so do Vietnamese people do enough reading? Why not?
I think reading is not the prevalent habit of Vietnamese people, and so that's they do not have like adequate time for reading as they are required to do that. And because, like I said, traditionally, Vietnamese people, I think a majority of Vietnamese people don't have like reading habit, so it's not a common thing to see in Vietnam. And also, I think the price of books is quite prices for Vietnamese people. So reading, this is the barrier for Vietnamese people to reach the reading resources.
All right, so do you like to read printed books or electronic books?
Yeah, if in my opinion, electronic books is my choice when it comes to books because of some reasons. Firstly, it's more convenient for me to have digital books in my digital books stored in my some electrical devices, for example, phone or laptop. So it's very handy for me to carry them wherever I want, and it's quite easy for me to read them on some, like, let's say, public transportation like buses or train. And also, I can store the electronic books quite like easy, whereas printed book is easy to be like destroyed by weather condition, for example, humidity, or like insects, for example, cockroaches or something like that. So digital versions is my favorite.
Okay. So in your opinion, what's the best place to read?
I think a place which is like quiet, tranquil.
Tĩnh lặng.
Tranquil.
It's called tranquil.
So I think it's the best to have a place which is tranquil, quiet, and without like any distractions for reader, because it's have readers easily to focus on reading and are not distracted by noise or distractions or something. So
you mean distraction?
Yeah, and
distraction hay distractions? No,
distractions
nha,
nó khác với lại
destruction nha.
Yeah,
một cái là sự hủy hoại, một cái là sự đánh lạc hướng, sao nhỉ?
Distractions. And also light is quite important. With enough light, people can read books for a long time with the healthy, with with good condition for the eyes.
Okay. Right. So, what kind of people like reading and what kind of people don't? It's a hard question. Loại người nào thích đọc, còn loại người nào không thích đọc.
So, I think the reading habit is depends on many factors. For example, let's say the jobs. Many jobs require people to read a lot, and it's become their habits gradually. For example, some journalists who are required to obtain many information or something like that, so they have to read a lot. And also teacher, they have to reading to get well prepared for their lessons. And in contrast, some people they rarely read. Let's say
they rarely read, right? Nghe tưởng là very.
Yeah, they rarely read. Okay. Let's say children, most of their time are spent on playing and eating and sleeping. So reading is not their choice. And sometimes also they some people they are able to read let's say the blind or
yes.
So I think they are likely to read as often as the other. And also, let's talk about gender. Let's talk about age. I think the elderly are likely to read more often than youngsters.
Okay. All right, good. Let's go to part 2 and part 3 now. I'm a bit worried for you. Yeah, I'm always worried for my students. What am I gonna do? This is how I am. Okay, let's do 92. Describe a piece of equipment that is important in your home. Miêu tả một cái thiết bị, nhớ là equipment không đếm được nha.
Yeah.
Phải mượn cái a piece of equipment đếm nó. Equipment is uncountable, so you need a piece of equipment. Describe a piece of equipment that is important in your home. Miêu tả một thiết bị mà nó quan trọng trong nhà các bạn. You should say what it is, how often you use it, with whom you use it, explain why it's important. Mình sử dụng nó với ai, tại sao nó quan trọng, bạn thường sử dụng nó không, nó là món gì. And then part 3. What kind of machines are there in people's home? Trong nhà, trong các tổ ấm của con người ta có những loại máy móc gì? It's funny, isn't it? They ask you this question. What are the differences between the young and the old in their attitudes toward electronic gadgets? người già và người trẻ, thì thái độ của họ khác nhau gì với lại những cái thiết bị điện tử? Like, do the old people like to use electronic devices as much? And do they support it? Do they welcome it? Họ có chào đón nó không? Hay là cứ đầy đẩy không chịu? What kinds of professions require people to use machines? Cái loại ngành nghề gì nó sẽ yêu cầu con người ta sử dụng máy móc? Will many people's work be done by robots in the future? Cái công việc của nhiều người á, sẽ được thực hiện bởi robot trong tương lai chứ? Okay, this is something you should work on. But first, let's have a think. Describe a piece of equipment that is important in your home, please, Miss Trâm.
So I'm going to talk about like a multi-cooker that I use at my home, and I find it's quite like necessary for my life and for my family also, because of its of its functions, of its usefulness. I use it every day because it's helped me to to prepare my to prepare meals for my family, and also it's quite like handy and useful because it has a lot of mode of functions. It helped me to cook various kinds of food, and so yeah, it's an important item in my home.
Okay. So what kinds of machines are there in people's homes?
So I think there are a variety of machines that are used in people's home nowadays. They range from like cleaning or like cooking or entertaining or something like that. So it's serve many purposes for users. For example, for like cleaning, there are some like vacuum or like washing machine, or like dishwashers, and or for to have people cook, like let's say cooker or electronic stove. So yeah, there are many kinds of them in modern life nowadays.
I see. What are the differences between the young and the old in their attitudes toward electronic gadgets?
So there are quite many like differences in the attitude between elderly and young generations when it comes to electronic gadgets. For the old people, they are old-fashioned, and it's not easy for them to accept something like new and modern devices, and there is a tendency for them to adapt to technologies, for example, smartphone or laptops, and electronic gadgets are not welcomed by them. And in contrast, the young generations, let's say they are tech savvy, so they prefer something modern, and also these gadgets can help them to function or to accomplish their work easily in a shortest of time. So in a short period of time. So yeah, I think electric gadgets is one of the favorite item for young generations.
Okay. What kinds of professions require people to use machines?
Machine.
There are many different ways to answer this question. Many different professions, I think.
Yeah. So I think there are a variety of occupations that require machines in their work. Let's say but in general, some jobs that relates to technology that are related technologies. For example, information technology, IT, the coders or a platform developer. They have to use laptops, computers to create platforms or something like that. So they so machines is the machines are machines is a must for them to work. And let's say
yes,
something like
something like
mechanic.
What's that again?
Mechanical job,
right?
Mechanical job. Yeah, let's say a mechanical job.
You mean jobs that engineer, right?
Yes, engineering jobs. Mechanical jobs.
Yes,
engineering jobs. Yes, they have to functions with the help of machines. So it's quite important for them to have electronic devices with them when working. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, let's do the last question of this one. Will many people's work be done by robots in the future? What do you think?
So with the development of technologies, so robots are expected to replace people work in several fields, because some foreign reasons. Firstly, robots can help people to avoid occupation accidents in some
it's called occupational accidents.
In occupational accidents, in hazardous jobs. For example,
occupational diseases, những bệnh nghề nghiệp. Occupational diseases, bệnh nghề nghiệp.
Yeah.
Or occupational
so
accidents.
For example, some jobs they had the worker had to handle with dangerous or harmful
handle something
that are dangerous. So robots is a good choice to prevent people from diseases, and also robot can reduce the error, the human error while working. For example, let's say and just in manufacturing, the robots are commonly used to like package the products, or like or to transport or live and ship the products from one place to another place. And so so it can have people to reduce the the energy, reduce the energy, or to work in some like strenuous jobs.
Strenuous jobs, very good. Những công việc mà nó bắt buộc là strenuous. Strenuous, I think.
Yes, strenuous.
Những việc mà rất là khó nhằn và nó tốn sức á. Alright, so basically we won't have to do very strenuous jobs in the future, but the problem is we have to be controlling, the one who control machines, you know.
Yeah.
And also we have to face so many new jobs, we have to do so many new jobs in the future. Thực sự con người không hết việc đâu. I don't think human will ever run out of jobs, to be honest with you. Alright, so let's do I want you to try 95. Describe an interesting old person you have met. Miêu tả một cái người già mà thú vị mà bạn đã gặp. You should say who this person is, when and where you have met this person, what you did with this person, and explain why you think this person is interesting. Tại sao cái người già này lại thú vị? Well, do you think old people and young people can share interest? Bạn có nghĩ người già và người trẻ có thể có cùng những cái hứng thú không? What can old people teach young people? Người già có thể dạy người trẻ cái gì? Is it easy for young people and old people to make friends with each other? Liệu có dễ dàng cho người trẻ và người già kết bạn với nhau không? Are there benefits when one person is interested in another person? Why? Có bất kỳ cái lợi ích gì khi một người hứng thú vào cái người khác không? Không lấy đến nhiều lợi ích vậy. Like come to another person for benefits. Giống friends with benefits, you know. Friend with bún bò. Okay. Do you think people are more selfish or self-centered now than in the past? Bạn có nghĩ con người ta bây giờ ích kỷ hơn hay là cứ nghĩ bản thân họ nhiều hơn so với trong quá khứ không? What benefits can people get if they are self-centered? Con người ta có thể có những lợi ích gì khi mà họ cứ luôn nghĩ về bản thân họ? 95, you know. I'll make it smaller. You can see it easier. There. Okay. All right. Please describe. Sorry, what do you say?
Yeah.
Please describe an interesting old person you have met, please.
I was impressed by my husband's professor, whom I met in the last year-end party of his department, and he had been a big fan of Vietnamese cuisine, and by coincidence, I was good at cooking, especially traditional meal with Vietnamese food, and in the party we talked and discussed a lot with about Vietnamese cuisine, and I found him quite funny and humorous when talking to him, and additionally the way he talked like made me feel like he like he was caring and gentle and very kind. And and let's say his point of view is quite was quite like overall and like special. And he gave me some like advices to like create some meals with a combination of Vietnamese ingredients with Western ones.
Okay, right. So do you think what can old people teach young people then?
Yeah. So in my opinion, there are various things that useful that old people can share to young generations.
And also
Let's
the
say,
young generation can teach the old people too, you know?
Yeah, can it's yeah, and in return, young generation can teach the elderly something useful. Let's say the elderly they went through many like ups and downs in their lives, so they have a great many experiences can help the young to like handle some problems easily in their life. And on the other hand, the young generation who are like good at using modern devices and let's that can say they are tech savvy, so they can instruct the elderly how to use them and to help them to get used to the digital devices.
Digital devices.
Digital devices.
All right. So, is it easy for young people and old people to make friends with each other? Is it a possibility? Is it a possibility now?
Like I think the likelihood for young generation and the elderly to make friends, to talk, let alone make friends, because the gap in their age is the big barrier for them to to make friends. Because like the bigger the gap is, the more difficult for them to talk to each other, because they have like quite different point of view. So maybe they have like different ideas in situations. So they may have arguments and conflict when they talk to each other or even make friends. And also they have like different habits and hobbies and different interests. So it's quite difficult for them to make friends also.
I wonder why my cats just keep looking at one direction now. Tại sao mèo lại luôn nhìn một hướng?
Something.
There's something there.
Intangible. Intangible.
Yeah, there's something that is catching their attention. Something inside my house. Interesting. Anyway, So, are there any benefits when one person is interested in another person, and why?
Câu gì vô tri vậy trời? Một người mà hào hứng với một người có lợi gì không? Okay. So, let's say if an individual have a feeling of being interested in another, can bring out some benefit. Let's say if they are admired and like something in of the other, so they can like imitate that thing. Let's say, for example, some like so let's say in the family, if a children who are interested in their parents, they usually to do exactly what their parents do. For example, like doing house chores, or imitate the way that parents treat other people. So it's a good way for parents to educate and teach their children.
And teach.
Educate and teach their children. And also if a person have a interest about other, they are like
yes.
It's quite easy for them to let's say it's quite easy for interesting person to convey or transmit their messages to other. Standout example is some idol or celebrities who usually like call for like volunteer to have the poor or the people who need the help from public. So it's a good way to spread the message that people want.
Okay.
Right. So
yeah, it seems like it's nó cứ đi qua đi lại sao? Nó cảm giác như là các ý nó cứ đi qua đi lại, nó quay về hình cũ sao? Now, do you think people are now more selfish or self-centered than in the past?
In my opinion, people are likely to be more selfish than they are in the past because of some reason. At first, because of like the encouragement of because of the encouragement because of the encouragement of human rights, especially like freedom, and so it's quite easy and common for people nowadays to express themselves and 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 therefore they want to be like the focus of crowded or public. So want to so they want to express themselves more, and you know, and because of the desire freedom, and they want to be cared more. They so trời ơi, cái này không biết nói sao.
But actually, it depends. It depends on a lot of cases, but sometimes people are more selfish these days because the society is becoming more materialistic, don't you think? Xã hội đang ngày càng trở nên là thực dụng hơn. Materialistic, don't you think?
Yes. Materialistic.
And people come to each other because of benefits more than because of pure love or interest, you know. You know how it is. They don't love each other. They come to each other for other benefits, you know.
Yeah.
So that is, of course, very selfish, very self-centered.
Conditionally.
Okay. So what benefits can people get if they are self-centered? Nếu con người ta có luôn nghĩ bản thân thôi, họ có được lợi ích gì không? Like, for example, if they just keep talking about themselves all the time, do they gain anything by from that?
So if let's say if we look from like optimistic perspective about like selfish people perspective about selfish people, they can have some benefits. Let's say they will be known by public, so many people get to know about them, and so they can like everything they do or everything they talk will reach a wider range of listeners, and you know, also the people who are self-centered, they always like require other to do something beneficial for them, like so they can like
yes,
they can be given something valuable or from others. Let's say some items, some
okay.
Trời, không biết nói
All
sao.
right, let's move on to another one. You are out of idea, I'm sure. Let's do 97. Describe someone you know who have recently moved to a new place. Miêu tả một người bạn biết mà đã gần đây chuyển đến một nơi mới ở. You should say who he or she is, what the new place is like, why he or she moved to a new place. Explain whether his or her move has a positive impact on you. Giải thích là liệu cái sự chuyển nhà của anh ta cô ta đã có một cái tác động tích cực lên bạn hay không. And then part 3, why do some young people keep moving? Tại sao một số người trẻ cứ liên tục chuyển nhà vậy? Thích thì chuyển sao? What is the difference between living alone and living with roommates? Sự khác biệt giữa sống một mình với sống với lại những bạn cùng nhà cùng phòng như thế nào? Is it positive for young people to live by themselves? Người trẻ sống một mình có tích cực không? And then besides cooking, ngoài chuyện nấu ăn, are there any other skills that people need to learn if they live on their own? Liệu có bất kỳ cái kỹ năng nào ngoài kỹ năng nấu ăn mà người trẻ cần phải học nếu mà họ sống một mình không? And then what kinds of people tend to live by themselves? Cái loại người, những kiểu người nào có xu hướng sống một mình? How can parents and teachers help young people to live independently? Là thế nào các bậc cha mẹ và các thầy cô giáo có thể giúp người trẻ sống một cách độc lập? Okay, you should do this one, the last one, okay? Describe someone you know who has recently moved to a new place, please.
Unfortunately, Anna, who is one of my close friends, lately she has to move to Korea because of her job. She is required to live there for three years to for a new position in her company. And she told me about her new apartment and in a modern building in Korean and in the downtown, and as is a crowded and busy places for her, and finally she's gradually gets used to it, and
she gradually got used to it. Quá khứ.
And she's gradually got used to it, and optimistically looking. So her
What is that? What is that? Từ gì? What is that word? Optimistic. Like she has an optimistic look. Có một cái diện mạo rất là lạc quan. She has an optimistic look. Danh từ.
At the beginning it's quite like it's quite bad for me because I had to contact with her.
Contact her.
I had to contact her for the long period of time instead of meeting her in person. But fortunately, because of her relocation.
Relocation.
Because of her relocation, especially in Korea, and also I am a big fan of Korean food.
Korean food.
Korean food. So she helped me to buy some favorite snack and cosmetic and send them to me. It's quite like I like it.
Of course you like it because it's gifts. Okay, good. Now, đừng quá nói quá nhiều. Okay, right. Okay, so why do some young people keep moving now?
I think young people are usually moving because of some reason. Firstly, they
đừng có dùng cái cách nói giống như là writing. Trời ơi, this is not writing, it's spoken language. Come on. The first thing is
jobs, because young generation usually change their jobs or their companies, so they usually move to new places that are located nearby. And also the youth they like something new, especially their accommodations. So relocations is one way one way for them to try something new.
Okay, good. Now, is it positive for young people to live by themselves?
Themselves. Yeah, I think the less reliance on the others can be beneficial for young people. Like at first they can improve their dependence. I mean, they have to learn how to manage their finance, how to organize their living places, so they can. So it's good for them to be more mature and if myself possible. And also, living by themselves can help them to be more responsible for what they do, because they have to do everything by themselves, like cleaning or like preparing meals or something like that. So they are likely to become people of responsibility.
Yes. Alright, so besides cooking, are there any other skills that people need to learn if they live on their own?
Skill to learn. I think if people live independently, there are several skills that they need to learn besides cooking. Let's say like financial management. It's management. It's necessary for them how to like allocate their expenses in order to like pay their bills or to cover the living costs. And additionally, like cleaning or like organizing a skill is quite important because like they have to like keep their living places like organized in order that they can live in a good they can live in good conditions to be comfortable.
Okay. Right, so how can parents and teachers help young people to live independently then?
So for parents and teacher, they play important roles in educating young generation to live by themselves. Let's say they could like teach young people how to manage their how to manage their budgetary
What? Budgetary là cái gì trời? Làm gì có từ đó? They manage their budget.
Their budget. So they can teach the young generation how to manage their budget, like in order that they can keep balance between expenses in their life, and also they could teach them like some skill that are necessary in their life. Let's say by aside the house chores for children to do, to have them get used to it, in order that when they live independently, they can clean their house by themselves, or cooking by themselves, or they cook for themselves.
A good life, right? Live a good life,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
good enough
live
for today, I
good
guess.
life.
All right, good enough for today. We have one more day tomorrow. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.